All right, guys, let's settle this. We're ranking all the GTA games from the worst to the best. No screwing around here. You know the rules. Let's do this fast. We don't got all day. Also, why do I sound like this?
And you're the one who gets all serious about this. But fine, I'll play it cool. Let's just get this over with so we can get back to making money.
Oh, you guys are gonna get all serious now. Please. You're talking to Trevor Phillips. I don't do clean or no arguments, I do chaos.
Right, this is gonna be a long one. Let's just start with the bottom of the barrel GTA 1. That thing was top down, pixelated mess. You could barely tell what was going on. It was more of a tech demo than a game. F tier.
Yeah, man. GTA 1 was a cool idea for the time, but playing it now, it's basically a joke. It's like a mobile game from 1997.
Hold on. It was a classic. It laid the foundation for everything we have today. You guys are just too spoiled by all the fancy graphics and realism. It's about the chaos, man. The pure chaos.
Look, I get the nostalgia, but there's no way I'm ranking this higher than F tier. It's literally a top-down view with no real story. I'm trying to think of a reason to move it up, but nope, F tier.
Fine, whatever. I'll give you that one. But I'm making up for it next time. Just wait.
Moving on, GTA 3. This was the first full 3D GTA. It was revolutionary, but looking back, it's a little outdated. The driving's stiff, and the missions feel repetitive.
Yeah, the impact was huge, but it's hard to go back to. It's definitely aged. I'm thinking C tier.
Are you serious? GTA, I changed everything. You could explore the world in full 3D and you had all this freedom. It was the first game that really brought chaos to life.
I get that it changed the game, but it's not something I'd want to play today. It's a product of its time, and that's about it. C tier's fair. The missions feel repetitive.
I agree. Great for the time, but not something that holds up well. It's C tier.
Next up, Vice City. The best one, in my opinion. Tommy Vercetti was an absolute badass, and that 80s vibe, perfection. Don't even get me started on the soundtrack.
I mean, the vibe was incredible, but I'm not ready to call it the best. The story was solid, but it didn't have the same depth as later titles. A tier for me.
Yeah, it had that cool 80s aesthetic. The world felt alive, and Tommy was great. But when I think of GTA, I want a bit more than just the aesthetic. It's a tier for sure.
I can't argue with you two on this one, but man, that game's soundtrack alone deserves an S tier ranking. Every time I hear Flock of Seagulls, I think of Vice City.
Well, let's call it a tier. Great, but not San Andreas great.
Speaking of San Andreas, S tier, no question. CJ's story, the gang wars the map. This game was revolutionary. You could literally do anything.
It's the pinnacle of the series. It had everything: gang wars, vehicles, customization, a huge world to explore, and the story was one of the best. S tier, all the way.
Best game ever. No contest. I don't even need to explain why. It had everything: flying planes, customizing cars, taking over neighborhoods. And don't even get me started on the soundtrack.
You're right, T. San Andreas was a lifestyle. And the map, unmatched. There was so much to do, it felt like a whole world.
All right, let's talk GTA 4. The story of Niko Bellic, gritty, real, and intense. But the world felt a bit heavy. The pace was slower than we're used to.
I love the story, but I get what you're saying. The gameplay was just a bit too slow. It didn't have the same fun factor as San Andreas or V. I'm leaning B tier.
Come on, you guys are so focused on action. GTA IV was real, man. Niko's journey felt like something you could really connect to. It's a masterpiece in its own right. It's more than just blowing stuff up.
I get it, Trevor. But let's be real, it wasn't as much fun to play as San Andreas or V. The game had its moments, but it was a bit of a grind.
It felt like a chore sometimes. It didn't have the wow factor that made me want to keep playing for hours.
And now we're here. GTA V, the greatest of them all. The world is massive. The three protagonists are perfectly balanced, and the missions are an absolute blast. Not to mention GTA Online. It's easily S tier, no doubt in my mind.
Man, GTA V is everything. You've got Trevor, Michael, and me, each with our own unique stories, and the way the game blends it all together is just magic. Plus, online is an experience you can't get anywhere else. I've spent hours just messing around with cars and heists.
S tier. It's the GTA I've always wanted. You can do whatever you want, cause complete chaos, or go on epic heists with your buddies. Plus, the variety in missions don't even get me started. No other GTA has matched it.
It's just the perfect GTA game. From the story to the world to online, it's the whole package. S tier all day.
Best GTA ever. Nothing compares to it.
Well, now that's settled. You guys are lucky I was on your team, or GTA IV would have been higher. But it's all good. S tier for GTA V, no doubt. And don't forget it. If anyone disagrees, let me know, and I'll show you what a real explosion looks like.
I'm good with this. But I swear, Mikey, if you try to mess with San Andreas, we're gonna have problems.
It's locked in. And no more arguing for now. Next time, we'll do this with the Red Dead series.
Good luck with that. Catch you later, boys.
Later, T.
Joe, wake the fuck up.